Will you say, please, in your newsreader's voice?
Yeah.
I'm Nick Owen, and you're listening to Doreen's Sunday Morning Lying.
Sunday morning what?
Lying.
Line up.
Like a lying.
Line.
A lie in bed. You know, when
lying.
you're lying in
Gotcha.
bed. That's it.
All right then. Hi, I'm Nick Owen, and you're listening to Doreen's Sunday Morning Lying.
Aha, me hearties, and welcome to the special Christmas edition of Doreen's Sunday Morning Lying, which we've called Doreen's Christmas Cracker. Can we have the new jingle, please?
Doreen's Christmas Crack.
Lovely. And it really is going to be a cracker, because we've got some extra special guests lined up today. 3 legends of their chosen profession. I'll be chatting to none other than the news legend Nick Owen, who amongst other things will be telling me what he looks like without his trousers on.
I took the suit off. Yeah, and I put the shorts on. Great legs, Doreen.
I'll also be picking the brains of Wolves legend Steve Bull. He's just a taster of what he had to say about the Wolves team.
Get rid of all of them.
Now, you've got to admit that's what the price of admission on its own, especially as it cost you bugger all. But that ain't all, because we've also got live music right here in the studio from the controversial Irish folk singer from Cannock, Carla O'Toole, who'll be playing a couple of unforgettable songs for us. I've also got a preview of the world's worst ever Christmas song, which I promise you won't want to miss, and a rendition of me new Christmas poem, which you probably will want to miss. I've also got, as usual, my fellow robot crew members here with me, Rosie and Jim. I don't suppose robots celebrate Christmas, don't they, Rosie?
Well, I've made an effort. I've put on my Christmas jumper.
Have you? Where?
Well, it's a virtual jumper.
What's a virtual jumper?
I don't know. I've downloaded the file, but I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, I'm glad I don't understand technology.
I need to unzip it.
Yeah, I just about understand zips.
And I believe Jim has bought you a present.
Have you, Jim? That's very nice of you. Where is it?
In the cloud.
Right. I don't know what that means.
It's a software upgrade.
Just what I've always wanted.
Good. I was pleased with my choice.
Did you keep the receipt?
I don't follow you.
I'm ever so glad. I'm also thrilled, listeners, to announce that Captain Clint, our rescue parrot, is back with us. Thank you to everybody who wrote in asking about him following his unfortunate accident last week when I bludgeoned him repeatedly with my shoe. I can report that he made a partial recovery. Now, I say partial because he lost the sight in one eye and he now wears an eye patch. It's worked out quite well, actually, because he looks more like a pirate now. And I've also found that by putting the eye patch over his good eye, like this... Keep still, Clint. There you go. It tends to keep him quiet.
Fuck me, it's gone dark.
Well, most of the time, anyway. Right, let's crack on, Rosie.
Let's start with some music from our featured artist of the week.
Yes, and I'm honoured this week, listeners, to welcome into our live lounge here on Radio Doreen the legendary and controversial Irish folk singer Carla O'Toole. Carla, thanks for coming all the way from Cannock.
It's a pleasure, Doreen.
Now, you initially shot to fame on Britain's Got Talent, I believe.
That's right.
And the first song I'm going to play for us was the one that got to #1.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very personal song for me. It's about my grandmother, who, well, let's just say we were really close. I had a bit of a troubled childhood, and my grandmother was the one who brought me up when I was abandoned by my mother.
Oh, dear.
So when she passed away, I naturally wanted to pay homage to her.
Yeah.
And offer this eulogy to immortalise her through the medium of song.
Lovely.
And the gods must have been smiling on me because it became my first big hit.
That's wonderful. We're more looking forward to it. What's it called?
It's called My Granny is Dead.
Take it away.
Here's this sad, sad song. I hope it won't take long, but I can't hold my tongue, 'cause I need to right a wrong. For the sake of my gran, her gran, my gran, her gran. She was the best, oh yeah, she was the man. My gran looked after me really well when my alcoholic mother ran up with a pimp, and we had to scrimp and save. And never forgive that slut of a mother. She gave me up and ran off with Dad's brother. I was brought up by my dear old gran. She said, I can't do much, love, but I'll do what I can. She couldn't breastfeed and she couldn't cook. She was deaf as a post and she couldn't read a book. She snored and farted and weed in the bed. At least she used to before she was dead. My granny is dead, my granny is dead. She's 112 and it happened in bed. She had her fair share of amazing adventures, but right at the end she choked on her dentures. My granny is stone cold dead.
That was great, Terry. Great drumming. That was really touching.
Doreen's Christmas crack.
And we'll be hearing another classic song from Carla later on in the programme. Right, Rosie, what's next?
Our next guest is already waiting on the phone.
Who is it?
Nick Owen.
Oh, lovely.
I've never heard of him, but apparently he reads the news on local TV. And he wears a grey suit.
It's all good today. All right, patch him through on the new high-tech phone system. Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Nick Owen is on the phone. Am you all right, Nick?
Yeah, I'm absolutely fine, thank you very much. Yeah,
Lovely.
looking forward to Christmas.
Nick, I've written a poem about you.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Christmas poem. I wrote it specially for the Christmas edition of the show. And it's called 'Twas the Night Before Christmas in Tipton. Would you like to hear it?
Yes, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, well, keep listening to the show then, because I shall be doing it a bit later.
A bit later?
I ain't going to do it now.
Oh,
yeah.
I see, right,
'Cause
okay.
It's quite long, see.
I'm standing by then for later.
And you've got to be in the Christmas spirit, see, to pull it off.
Yeah.
So you'll need to put your tree up, you'll need to have a couple of sherries, get the right music on. Now, everybody knows you, Nick, for the Midlands Today and so on, but tell us, how long have you been on the telly? Because I remember watching you when I was a kid.
Yeah, you're making me feel very old now, Doreen.
I know, I did it on purpose.
Yeah, I've been doing telly. Well, I've been a journalist for 50 years nearly.
Oh, my goodness.
I've been broadcasting 45, and I've been doing television for 40. I did local radio first, but I started on telly in 1978.
I was even born then.
Am I meant to believe that or not?
Yeah, believe it. Now, I want you to give us a couple of the highlights. What stands out?
Oh, dear. Well, I suppose one of the things has to be anchoring the World Cup for ITV in 1990.
Oh,
when England did so well and got to the semi-finals, you know, and got knocked out on penalties. The years of Paul Gascoigne at his best. And England were a terrific team. And my panel on the night of the semi-final was Jeff Hurst, Jimmy Greaves and Gordon Banks. That's pretty stunning.
Have you ever played football?
Well, only to a sort of very poor amateur level, you know.
Yeah.
Loved playing it. I absolutely lived for playing it.
Did you ever take your suit off to play football?
I took the suit off. Yeah, and I put the shorts on. Great legs, Doreen.
Because we've never seen you without your suit on.
No, I suppose you haven't, have you really? Well, I haven't got my suit on now. I'm in jeans.
Oh, am you?
Open neck shirt, looking very cash.
Yes, I like it.
And also, people often say, what's your favourite interview? It has to be with my ultimate hero, and that is Eric Morecambe.
Oh, yes, you're a big Eric Morecambe fan, ain't you?
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about that, go on.
Well, he's voted funniest man of the 20th century, wasn't he? And I'm a great believer in that. I used to love the Morecambe and Wise shows, and I ended up interviewing him on TVAM, you know, breakfast television. And he was a director of Luton Town Football Club, and I was the chairman of the club for nearly 10 years.
Oh,
so there's got
right.
that connection. And every time he walked into the ground, the place just lit up. There were smiles on everyone's faces because he was just such a wonderful guy, had such charisma. And something, I don't want to go on, you know.
No, go on, I love it.
But something that really thrills me is that, you know, there's a big statue of Eric Morecambe on the seafront at Morecambe, where he came from.
I do, I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah, and the sculptor actually made a little one, a miniature version for me,
Oh, how
which he
lovely.
sent to me, and I've got it on my mantelpiece.
Oh, aye, that lovely.
It's great, isn't it?
Now, I've also heard that you've interviewed 7 prime ministers as well.
Yeah, I have, going back to Harold Wilson.
Oh, my goodness.
Anyway, I haven't interviewed Theresa May. She hasn't sort of come into my orbit yet.
Good, yeah.
But just about everyone else you can think of, yeah, I've chatted to some people like Margaret Thatcher and Ted Heath and John Major and all that lot.
Oh, have you?
So it's quite an experience. That's the great thing about this job. I'm very lucky because you get to interview some of the big figures in the world, whether it's politicians such as prime ministers, or, footballers or cricketers or great showbiz legends like Eric Morecambe or Tom Jones or Elton John, these sort of people. I'm very, very lucky. I never cease to be pleased that I've had the chance, grateful that I've had the chance to meet all these people. And, of course, at the top of the list has to be Doreen of Tipton,
Yes, I was waiting for that.
Very special. And to feel that, you've got my phone number and rung me at home, Doreen.
I know.
It's a very great privilege for me. It's a bit like being rung by the Queen, which hasn't happened yet, by the way.
Did you enjoy being in the Doreen movie?
Oh, wow. One of the highlights of my career, that is.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. Being in a feature film, and again with major stars such as Steve Bull, Robert Plant, and of course you and we all felt, I think, blessed to have been invited to star in such a high-profile film.
Doreen's Christmas Crack.
The wonderful Nick Owen there, and I'll be chatting to my second guest, Bully, in a bit, and he's got some fascinating stuff to say about the wolves, so don't go away. What's next, Rosie?
It's time for the Interesting Facts feature.
Now, as you know, this is a regular feature of the show where I do a special investigation into a subject of your choosing to see what fascinating and little-known tidbits I can find out.
Will you stop using that word?
What word?
Tits. It's sexist and demeaning.
Did I say tits, Rosie? I said titbits. It's nothing to do with breasts.
What does it mean then?
Well, titbits,
No.
Bits and tits, tiny things.
Are you saying my breasts are small?
No. Yo, I got none. I'm a robot.
I identify as a female robot. I have virtual tits.
Me too, love.
Sexism in the workplace is not acceptable.
Christ. Hang on. Isn't that the robot tribute act to the Chippendales outside?
What? OMG. Where?
I was gone. Now, where was I? The Interesting Facts feature. And this week, as it's a Christmas special, I've decided to investigate something seasonal. Now, I had a message from Joe in Yorkshire, who's a regular emailer. He's the one, if you remember, that asked me to look into faggots. Well, this time he's asked if I could investigate mince pies. And I must admit I was tempted. But it's only Christmas once a year, so I've decided instead to give us something even bigger. Turkeys. Despite their name, turkeys did not originally come from Turkey, but from Iceland, or if it's not a frozen turkey, from the butcher. And even though they're the centre of attention at this time of year and everybody loves them, turkeys, believe it or not, I'm not particularly keen on Christmas. No one knows why this is, except possibly the turkeys themselves, but communicating with the turkey is fraught with difficulties, to the extent that nobody bothers anymore. An average turkey weighs 20 pounds. An above average turkey weighs more than that. And a below average turkey weighs less. That's how they work out what the average turkey is. They weigh all the turkeys and then divide the total weight by the number of turkeys that they've weighed. I have to say that seems a lot of effort to me. They could have done the job much quicker by just weighing the average turkey instead. The unsightly, loose, wrinkled flesh that you see around the neck of a turkey is called a snood. It's nothing to do with the trendy scarf-like fashion accessory, also called a snood, that some posh women wear to cover the unsightly, loose, wrinkled flesh around their neck. In America, a male turkey is called a tom or a gobbler. In England, they're called a stag, which is very confusing, especially if you ask your husband to go out and get a stag for Christmas dinner. Mind you, if you ask him to go out and find a gobbler, he might be even more confused. Or possibly delighted, who knows. The Americans in particular really love turkeys. At Thanksgiving they eat 46 million of them, and then another 22 million at Christmas. And as if that were enough, they then eat another 19 million of them at Easter. It's a wonder they are an endangered species. We all know what happened to the buffalo. The Americans ate them all, probably in one sitting. In fact, before turkeys was invented, Americans used to have buffaloes for Christmas dinner. One each, with potatoes and gravy and sprouts. After which they brought wind with such ferocity that it opened up a hole in the ozone layer, which we all still suffer from to this day. Despite all of that, believe it or not, the Americans, yet for yet, are not the biggest consumers of turkey meat. That honour goes to Israel. The average Israeli apparently eats over 13 kilos of turkey meat a year. And if you want to know how they work that out, they weigh all the Israelis, divide the total by the number of Israelis they've weighed to get an average Israeli, and then add 13 kilos. None of the above figures, by the way, include stuffing. Ta-ra a bit.
Doreen's Christmas crack.
A fascinating insight there into the mass slaughter of ugly birds to celebrate Jesus. Right, Rosie, what's next?
I couldn't find the Chippendales.
Oh, never mind, I'm sexist anyway. So what's next?
What about your Christmas poem?
No, not yet. I'm saving that.
You mean you haven't finished writing it yet?
Possibly. What else have we got?
That depends.
What do you mean it depends? On what?
Did you want to have a competition this week? Or couldn't you be bothered?
Oh, all right. I think we should have one. Give somebody the chance for a last-minute stocking filler.
You mean for someone they don't like?
Thanks.
In that case, it's time for the competition.
Right. And first, I'll announce the winner from last time. We asked you a question based on the last episode of the Tiptons. What was the name of the dodgy MP that Trojan and Doreen was investigating? And the answer was Jim Nightingale. Now, quite a few of you got this right, including a bloke, strangely enough, called Jim Nightingale. And the winner was randomly plucked. Well, it's supposed to say plucked. The script don't actually say that.
What does it say?
It says, well, it begins with F. Did you out-type this?
No.
Was it Jim? Was he trying to catch me out?
Why would he do that?
Because he hates me and he wants me to look a prat and get sacked.
Yeah, fair enough. That's all true.
The competition winner was randomly plucked out of a hat. Or twat, as it says here. Thanks again, Jim. And it's this email here. Morning door, Sunday morning, lying in bed in lazy cow mode. Actually, it's only 7:30am, but I've got a nasty chest infection and I feel vile, so awake very early. Just listen to your podcast. As ever, a cracking listen. Cheered me up no end. Well, third time lucky. The answer to your question is Mr. Nightingale is your corrupt politician. I'll put him with the chance. The T-shirt would be perfect for me. My name being Rogers and all. Looking forward to your Christmas broadcast. All the best, Dor. Regards, Patricia Rogers. Oh, how lovely. Well done, Patricia. You'll win a Jolly Roger T-shirt. Hope you're feeling better. We'll be in touch. And now for this week's competition. The question is based on episode 3 of the Tiptons. When me and Trojan was playing I Spy, what word beginning with M was our thinking of? The winner will get a 2-week, all-expenses-paid trip to Barbados in a luxury hotel, plus £2,000 in cash. Or a T-shirt, whichever I decide they need most. Send your answers to Doreen at radiodoreen.com.
Doreen's Christmas crack.
Right, what's next, Rosie?
It's time for your second guest.
Oh, and I ain't been this excited since I found a pork scratching down the back of the sofa. Because I'm hoping that on the other end of this line is the leg end known simply as Bully. Right, Steve, am you there?
I am. I'm just about to hear you.
Excellent. So I'm going to start with the obvious. Now, Wolves, obviously, them a bit dodgy at the minute, are they? Dodgy run. What would you do to sort it out?
Get rid of all of them.
Oh,
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
Are you sure?
It's just a little blip. That's all. It's a little blip. I think when we started the season off, everybody thought we was going to win the league and finish in the top 3. But that ain't football. That ain't realistic. You know what I mean? I think if we can finish halfway up the table, I'll be well happy.
Well, it's a bit like theatre, really, ain't it?
No, nothing like it.
It is.
What are you on about that for? What's that for? It's nothing like it.
Well, what you just...
Theatre, they just play act.
Yeah. All right, yeah. I like you get straight to the point, don't you? Now, I'm going to point out to the listeners that we am recording this just the night before the Chelsea game.
Yes.
So, can we have a prediction for that, please?
Oh, prediction, I'm absolutely rubbish at predicting, but I don't know, I've got a sneaky feeling we're going to get something out of the game, so either a draw or a win, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might be talking at me here, all, but, you know, it's one of them, you know, I think we will.
A draw or a win. Now, because I
Yeah.
don't really follow the football that much, but I understand from the researchers that you did manage to score a couple of goals for Wolves in your time, so you do know something about this.
Only a few, 306 I think it was, so yeah, only scored a couple, yeah.
More than a few.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Now, here's a tough question for you. What I want you to imagine now, I want you to imagine yourself at your peak, in your prime as a footballer, as you was about 40 years ago.
Yeah.
How do you think a young, fit bully would do in today's Wolves side?
Oh, easy. I'd slot in easy, but I think I'd be on about probably 10, 12 goals now, up to yet.
Do you?
But you know what I mean? Them days have gone now. My legs are all crippled and everything. I can't run, I can't do whatever. But I did my bit.
And your legs have you got restless legs?
I have. I can never sit down. But it's one of them things. It's not like you're just lazy. You know what I mean? I have to keep going up.
But you ain't got the syndrome.
No, I ain't got that syndrome. No. There's only you that's got that.
Oh no, yeah. Well, there are a few other sufferers since it's come out.
Are they all from Tipton?
Yeah, I think so. I want to turn your mind to Christmas. Have you got your tree up?
Yes, I put it up the other day on Sunday, yeah.
What do you like to do at Christmas? What's your favourite thing?
My favourite thing is probably, I don't know, eating me dinner. Eating me nice turkey dinner. That's a favourite thing I like to do.
You don't have goose then?
No, turkey dinner with some sausage and all that and loads of veg.
And back to your childhood. Tell us a bully Christmas memory of your childhood.
A bully Christmas memory, there weren't many, because we'd have nothing in Tipton. All we had was colouring books and crayons and that's about it.
Well, that's lovely, ain't it?
It is for the kids these days. They have absolutely everything, you know what I mean?
And it's gone too far now, ain't it?
It is, but as you say, the future, kids are the future, so whatever you didn't have, and you can give them, you just give it them, you know what I mean?
Of course you do. You want them to be happy, don't you?
Yeah, and if they're happy, the wife's happy, I'm happy.
That's it. You keep her happy. Now, am you taking the family to see the Panto this year?
Yes, I should be there next week. So I'll come and see you and say hello.
I shall look forward to that. I mean, is there anything you want to plug while you might? Any books?
No, I'm fed up doing books now. It's doing me head in. Yeah, calendars, books.
Have I got another calendar?
No more now.
No more for me either. I've got 4,000 here if you want them, with a few days left. I've noticed that the billboard for the Panto's right outside the Molyneux.
Is it? Oh my word!
Oh, you noticed it?
No.
I thought that'll be his office there, and when he opens his curtains, you'll see my face snarling at him. It's lovely, ain't it?
It is.
Steve, it's been a privilege. Thank you for being on Radio Doreen, and have a lovely Christmas.
I'll try to, and you and all the listeners as well.
Thank you, darling.
Cheers, mate.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra, bitch.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.
Doreen's Christmas crack.
The wonderful Steve Buldeer, a proper black country bloke. And as we all now know, Wolves actually won the game against Chelsea, so he ain't too bad at predictions after all. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. Right, now it's time now for our second live session from Carla O'Toole. The last song was a wonderful tribute to your dead granny, so what am you going to do for us this time, Carla?
Well, Doreen, when I knew you wanted me to play two songs, I just knew what the second one should be. Because I've only got two songs. This is a song that was banned by the BBC for some reason. I'm not sure why, because it's just a simple folk song about me and my roots. It's called Black Country Girl.
Take it away.
This is a little tune that I wrote about me and my roots. Oh, the girls in Dublin's fair city are said to be oh so pretty, but I was born a long way from there, so don't be fooled by the fiery red hair, 'cause there's something very different going on down there. My garden is growing, my roots they are showing underneath. I'm a black country girl. All together now. Black country girl, I am a black country girl. I am a black country girl. Black
country girl, I'm a black country girl. Underneath, I'm a black country girl. Now I can hear you got good voices out there, so let's just all join in together, shall we? I nicked that from the poem, so I did. Oh, I like to disguise my face when I'm working on Cannock Chase. So I'm red on top now and black down below. But don't be fooled by the bit that's on show, 'cause I want all the local men folk to know I can charm like Wogan, I can sing like the Cars, I can go like a ferret in a room full of whores, and I never give up on myself grooming chores, 'cause underneath I'm a black country girl. Last time now, black country girl, I'm a black country girl. I'm a black country girl. Black country girl, I'm a black country girl. Underneath, I'm a black country girl.
Thank you, Carla. Now, talking about controversial songs, I think I might have found the worst Christmas song ever written and recorded. Now, as you can imagine, that was quite a challenge in itself, but I reckon I might have achieved it. This is a song from America that I found called Christmas Is Here. And if they say the worst Christmas song, in fact, not just the worst Christmas song, but the worst song ever, then I want to know what is. This song is bad in every conceivable way. The lyrics, the singing voice, the delivery, the sentiment, the tune, the production, everything about this song, in fact, is so bad, it's amazing. And I reckon that right after this show, it'll be a monster hit. It'll have a cult following. Though cult might be another typing error. Now remember, you heard it here first. In fact, I doubt you'll forget it. So settle back and luxuriate in the sheer bloody awfulness of Christmas Is Here. Join in if you can. Take it away, maestro.
Christmas is here. Too much food and too much wine. The star on the tree will shine. The family's here to dine. Christmas is here. Films on the TV, make up your mind. Santa's on his way tonight. Old Saint Nick, he's got a lot to answer for. He's a portable candy store, and that's what we want him for. Old Saint Nick, please bring the presents here on time. Through the chimney you will climb. In the morning they'll be mine. Christmas is here. Films on the TV, make up your mind. Santa's on his way tonight.
Christ, don't get any worse than that, does it?
I thought it was good.
Of course you did, Jim. Sounded a bit like you was singing it.
I can't sing.
Now you're cool. That's an order. Well, I hope that's put you in the festive spirit. And if it aye, then this final feature certainly will. I promised you a rendition of my Christmas poem earlier, and I think I'm just about ready for that. It's based on the famous classic poem called The Christmas Poem. You might not know it from the title, but it's the one that starts, "'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse." It's a lovely poem. So this is my version called "'Twas the Night Before Christmas in Tipton." 'Twas the night before Christmas in Tipton, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a rat. Little kids throughout the town were snug in their beds, while visions of new iPhones danced in the yeds. My own kids, Tangerine, Trojan and Troll, was doing some late night shoplifting just for a lull. On the hunt for a last minute bargain or three, a foot spa, Game Boy or Christmas tree, a 50-inch plasma complete with remote, anything that they could shove up their coat. I was at home, turkey flavoured crisps on my lap. I'd just settled down for a long winter's nap. My stockings was hung by the chimney with care. My tumble dryer had busted, so I was drying them there.
I apologize to any listeners who were actually enjoying that, but we're overrunning on time. And I'm not getting paid for this. If, for any bizarre reason, you want to hear the whole poem, you'll find a video of it on Doreen's Facebook page and YouTube channel. Okay, Doreen, let's imagine the poem has finished. Please end the show.
Well, me hearties, it's been wonderful having your company on this Christmas special. This is, sadly, my last broadcast this year. Or possibly ever. Who knows? I've enjoyed making these shows, but we need money to keep our little pirate boat afloat, and we ain't got none. But don't worry, if we decide not to return next year, I'll put Rosie and Jim in the recycling, and maybe they'll come back as a tin of tuna. So it won't all be a waste. There will be one more episode of the Tipton Zone next Sunday, the season finale. So don't miss that, whatever you do, because it's so thrilling. I promise you'll be on the middle of your seat. If you've enjoyed our little shows, make sure you've registered your email address on the website so we can let you know if we ever come back from the Jed. And in the meantime, have a peaceful and lovely Christmas. Ta-da a bit, me hearties. Ta-da!
Okay, Doreen, I've faded your microphone down. You can record the Steve Bull voiceover now. No one will hear it.
Can you do me a little voiceover?
I'll try.
Would you say, hello, this is Bully and I'm listening to Radio Doreen?
Yep. Okay.
God, no.
Hello, this is Bully and you're listening to Radio Doreen.
Oh, it's beautiful. And then, can you add this little bit? The radio show that always scores.
The what? The baby what?
The radio show that always scores.
You talk worse than me. I can't. What's the first word you said?
The radio show that always scores.
Oh, okay. All right then. The radio show that always scores.
Yeah, see what we did there? It was a bit cheesy, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Do you like cheese?
I like a bit of cheese. I like it, yeah.
Keep it cheesy.
Doreen's Christmas crack.